Guys, something huge is about to happen for Bitcoin, and this is a video you need to pay attention to because the next major move for Bitcoin is a move that most people are not actually going to be prepared for. Today I'm going to talk about exactly what I think is going to happen here for the foreseeable future. I'm going to talk about what I am doing personally, all the trades I am taking right now, sharing everything with you as always, guys, so make sure to stick around from the beginning until the end. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's talk about Bitcoin here first on the 4-hourly time frame. And what you can see is that we still have a little bit of a trend of still having this higher low trend line right here, but you can see that we're starting to tilt down here as well. So are we about to see a little bit of the bullish momentum start to not die down, but just relax a little bit for the massive crazy bullishness we've been having, for it to just be on the sidelines a little bit, just go a little bit sideways until we have another big move? Well, today I'm going to talk about exactly that because I still think that the orange box up here, just like I said when we were about to hit it right here, just like I said when we were approaching it on this candle right here, I said this orange box is a big resistance and I don't think that we're going to break through this very easily. Now, what do I think is going to happen? Because I always tell you that even in parabolic rallies towards the upside, we do have pullbacks, and the pullbacks in this kind of environment is made for buy-in. So those are buy-in opportunities in my opinion. And if you didn't load up on Bitcoin at lower levels, at $20,000, at $16,000, basically at these key levels of any of these orange boxes actually, if you didn't load up on them, then, you know, buying the dip is going to be even more important. And here's the thing, I do think that there's a decent chance that you might get the opportunity to buy a quite juicy dip. So I will talk about that right now. So what you have right here is the daily time frame, and what you have, and this is why it's important to also go back to the technicals and what's been happening here on the charts. Because you can see that we have a bearish divergence. So the Bitcoin price has been trending up while the RSI has been trending down. So the momentum is slowly dying down, although the Bitcoin price, because we've been in such a bullish period, the Bitcoin price has still been going up. And now here's the key thing. We've had a couple of these ones this year already. You can see we had one right here in June of 2023, same thing. We had a bearish divergence. So we went up with the Bitcoin price here, but the RSI was trending down. And we had another one right here as well. This is actually at the beginning of 2023. We went up with the price, higher highs, but lower highs on the RSI. So these occasions all led into a pullback. So you can see we had a pullback right here. How big was the pullback? We went from $24,000 down to $21,500. So it was 11%. So it was not a huge pullback, but it was still a nice dip buying opportunity. Now, if you look at this one, we actually, well, on the first kind of phase of this, we went from almost $32,000 down to $29,000, so about 8%. And then that continued down to minus 20% to $25,000. Now, I'm not saying that this is necessarily going to happen again, but if the market reacts as it should do, if the market, you know, does what it is supposed to do, then yes, a little bit of a pullback before we see some more upside. This is definitely something that I would be expecting at this point. So how big would that pullback be? Well, if you go down to this orange line, that is only 2.5%. If you go down to this one, that's more like almost 8%. So this is more likely that this could be something that you could expect. So this would be 34,200. And then the big one is at $33,000, which would mean a pullback of 10%. So is there a chance that this is not going to happen? Of course. Look, if the ETF, if they come out tomorrow and say the ETF is approved, we're going to go up. If the United States declares that they are going to go all in Bitcoin, then we go up. And we break all of these levels and all of, you know, these divergences, whatever, it's not going to mean anything at all. But unless we see something massive in terms of a news event, then it is likely that we're going to have at least sideways consolidation, but also more likely a little bit of a pullback. And yeah, that pullback I am going to be a buyer of, as you know, even though we've been accumulating Bitcoin at much lower levels, building our position, but I'm just trying to accumulate as much as I can. So this is something that you can definitely pay attention to right now. For Ethereum, we have lost this level. We didn't manage to break through the orange line down up here at 2085. Instead, we got rejected, and we have continuation towards the downside for Ethereum. Now, the one thing also is that the traditional markets, yes, we did break through the red line. We got above it. This is key. Yes, we did break through the orange line up here as well at 4,418. But here's the thing. We have big overhead resistance for the traditional markets here as well. This is at 4,510. Now, if we do see us come up to the edge of this point, that is going to lead into Bitcoin most likely also going at least into this orange box. Will we be able to break through it? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Normally, if we didn't have this orange box here and the traditional markets would go up to this orange resistance level, orange box resistance level, I would say that Bitcoin would probably go up a couple of thousand dollars, like 42. But because we have these orange boxes here, I do not think that that is likely in this case. So that is my base case, and then I will take it from there. Now, if you look at the crypto market in general, you're seeing altcoins still doing pretty well, actually. So this is good. And by the way, guys, you can look forward to in the next 2 days, I'm going to make a big altcoin video. I'm going to go through a couple of altcoins that I am buying, accumulating right now. So make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now if you want to see that. But other than that, my trading strategies are still doing well. They're still making massive profits here. Still didn't reach 100% here on this one, on the Bitcoin cycle bot. So that's a bit unfortunate, but I do think it's a matter of time, maybe 2, 3, maybe a week at most, and then we break through at 100% here. So that's absolutely fantastic. On my bots on BitGet, they are also, they've only been running for 4 days, but they are up, I would say between 5 to 12%. So that's absolutely fantastic as well. And everyone that are following me on BitGet on these trading strategies have made 1,661 USDT. So that's not too bad. And for people that have been following me, of course, on OKX, they've been making probably, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars so far since we started using these already 1 year ago. And these have only been available for 4 days. So if you do the math, yes, they are probably been, people following these ones have probably, in fact, if you have made a lot of money, let me know down in the comment section. I would love to hear your stories. But if you want to, and my next trade, guys, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But if you want to join this trading strategy specifically, then you can do so by, first, I would suggest you watch the video at the top of the description explaining all of these things and exactly how they work and everything. But if you just want to join the bots, check first if you're able to use OKX. It's available in most jurisdictions. Some jurisdictions you're not able to use OKX on, but click on this link, click join now for the best exchange to use these ones on. If you're not able to use OKX, then go down to BitGet, sign up using this link, claim up to $8,400 in bonuses, and it's $60,000 by the way on OKX. But once you have signed up on OKX, you can click on one of these links to set up the cycle bots, slow bots, fast bots. And on BitGet, you click on this link, taking you to this page, and then you just click on whatever bot you want to use. Same thing here, cycle bots, slow bots, fast bots. Now, as you know, I am looking for a trade right now as well. So what is the trade going to be? Well, it's not going to be surprising to you because I already kind of talked about it. So what I'm going to do is, and I don't suggest you to do this unless you know what you are doing, because I am going to build a little bit of a short position, guys. I'm going to try to take advantage of a potential pullback from this orange box and with the RSI divergence like I just explained. Now, you have to be really careful, but this is coming from someone that already bought, you know, loaded up heavily on record on my videos when Bitcoin was at much lower levels. So we've been making so much profit right now. So even though it's dangerous to short Bitcoin at this point, because you could have a massive key event happening and Bitcoin could shoot through the roof here, I'm still gonna take that chance, guys. I'm gonna build a little bit of a short position going into the orange box here and increasing the bids as we're going into this orange box, anticipating a pullback to, just like I said, either this level right here, it's at $36,000, or this level down here at $34,000, or the very lowest level I think Bitcoin is gonna go, which is going to be $33,000. So this is what I am going to do, guys. As you know, I share everything with you on this channel, but if you're gonna take this trade, guys, make sure you know what you're doing, be careful, use stop losses and all of the regular stuff so that you are protected. But this is what I'm gonna do. For Ethereum, probably not gonna take the same trade. Well, you could anticipate, if you do see that pullback on Bitcoin, you could anticipate Ethereum to also go down to 1,924. The key thing with Ethereum though is that you do have the X factor, which is the Ethereum spot ETF that was just announced. So there could still be much more upside coming from that, depending on the news that are going to be released moving forward. So yes, we have to be careful, but going down to 1,925 could also be in the cards. But no, for Ethereum, I'm not going to go into a trade. I'm just going to go into this Bitcoin trade that I just explained. So we will see if that's going to be a short-term swing that I take profit on. I will keep you updated as always. And also, as you know, I have some options actually. Let's go through the history though. First, I do have some options here at $34,000 expiring on the 24th of November. So it's not looking likely. I mean, it's still like 13 days left or so. So let's see where Bitcoin is going to be at this point. But on the balance of probabilities, even though everything I've said here, maybe we come down to 32, and at this point, at the 24th, we might still be above this point, but we will see. But I don't mind buying the dip at $34,000 either way. So I'm still happy with this option being up, and if I don't get to buy the dip at $34,000, then I'm still gonna earn 32% in yield, APR that is. Now, a couple of options expired this Friday also, so let me see here. So this was just a test option at the top. But you can see here that I had an option expiring the 27th actually on October. So never mind, this was also probably a test thing. Yes, it was 100 USDT. So never mind this. I only have these options open up right now at $34,000. So let's see, and this is on OKX. On BitGet, I do have an option to buy Bitcoin at $32,000, also expiring on the 24th. So I will earn 14% if I don't get to buy the dip. But of course, if Bitcoin goes down, I would love for these options to actually execute and for me to buy that dip, even though we might be lower at that point. Because even if Bitcoin goes down to like $30,000 or $29,000, the price you would be buying is still this. But it's still fine considering all of the bullish stuff I think is going to happen moving forward. But I am going to take the opportunity to add a couple of more options actually. So if I go to, and by the way, if you want to learn all about this, again, make sure to watch the strategy video I have at the top of the description explaining all of this in very, very detailed ways. So I want to buy Bitcoin low. I want them to expire on the 24th. So let's see now, because I already talked about that pullback, but I don't think it's likely that we reach, we could reach $33,000, but it's more likely that we're going to reach $34,000. But I'm still going to take both of these. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna add some options to buy the dip at $34,000 and at $33,000. I would be earning, if we don't get to execute these orders, I will be earning 10% yield per year on the $33,000 option and 20% on the $34 option. So that is absolutely fine for me. So let's go ahead and do that. And you can see the calculations here as well. So if I just input I'm gonna do $15,000 here. So if Bitcoin is under $34,000 on the 24th, then I get this amount of Bitcoin. If it is above it, then I get this. I get my $15,000 back and the yield, which would be 96 USDT, which in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't seem too much, but still it is 20% yield. So that is fantastic still per year, that is. So let's continue and let's add these ones at $15,000. I will keep you updated as always. So let's do that. Boom. And then we're doing $33,000 as well. I can be a little bit more aggressive here. I'm gonna do 25K for these ones. So let's go down. And by the way, guys, the money I'm using here is from the profits I've been making on the trading strategies. So as you know, guys, I show you all of my trades, and so far we've made about $100,000 using these trading strategies. I'm just taking the profit essentially, and I'm showing you how we're gonna build towards making $1 million from that initial deposit of $4,000, which we had in the beginning. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So there we go. And now if I refresh this, we do have all of these options now expiring on the, do we? Let's see. Yeah, we do have these options now expiring on the 24th. So we have these old ones, which I had a couple of, well, 1 week ago or so. It has the best yield, 32%, because the price was much lower back then. But still, these options at $33,000 and $34,000 earning me 10% and 20%. So that is absolutely fantastic. Now, if you just want to do simple earn as well, you're able to earn 10%, which is fantastic right now as well. So if you just want to keep your money on the exchange, you're getting 10%. Now, always be careful with exchanges, of course, but OKX is actually an exchange I trust. So even though it can never be 100% safe, I'm still trusting OKX. So another thing, and this is also in line with what I talked about previously, the CME Ethereum Futures open interest has rapidly increased over the past several days. So again, if you continue to see institutions FOMO into Ethereum, then you can expect this to go up a lot moving forward. So we are in a kind of very interesting dynamic right now for the market, with altcoins pumping, with the Ethereum ETF having been announced. And right now you're seeing more and more money get into the crypto space, because for the first time in 1.5 years, the 90-day change in stablecoin supplies just flipped positive, meaning that we're seeing more inflows than outflows from stablecoins. So more people are putting money into the crypto space. So the stablecoin supply is increasing by every day that goes by. So yes, this is going to be vital moving forward as well. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it was valuable to you, and I will see you guys in the next one.